Hey everybody, my name is Kate Ivy and I want to welcome you to my channel, Teacher Mama Kate. This is my first official video, so I just wanted to give you a pretty brief history of where we have been with homeschooling and where I think we might be going with homeschooling. So I was a public school teacher for 12 years. My 11th year teaching, we had our son, our first child, at the end of that school year. It was also the year with the pandemic and all that craziness. So we had him then, and then I returned to school that August, taught my last and final year, and decided that I wanted to be home with him, which was kind of surprising to me because I never thought that I was going to be a homeschool mom or a stay-at-home mom. I remember that I told my husband before we had even gotten married that, hey, when we get married and have kids, just so you know, I'm going back to work. So I went back to work, but not for that long at the school because I wanted to be home with my kid. I loved my students, but I loved him more. So that is how I became a stay-at-home mom. And then I feel like a little bit later, God had put it on my heart that we're going to homeschool. We're not sending him to traditional public school. And so I did homeschooling with him. I actually did a mix of church school, homeschool, and then his last school year, we did a mix again, church school and homeschool, because my husband joined the military. So while he was off at basic training and then on to his next place, we had our son in school. We also have a daughter who's 2 years younger than our son as well. So she was home with me while he was at school. Then we took him back, home to homeschooling and moved across the country. So that's where we currently are. We've done, like I said, a mix of church school and homeschool, but I come from the public school classroom. I went to public school my whole life, except for 1 year in college. My first year, I went to a liberal arts school, a private school. So where we are now is I feel like I'm kind of in that place where I've gotten a lot of good advice from other moms who homeschool, who were at our previous church, and really just feel like they gave me a good starting ground. But I also am just really feeling like I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, because when you come from the homeschool environment, when you come from a public school environment and then you switch to homeschool, it's a whole different ballgame. You still want to, of course, equip your kids, teach your kids. You want them to enjoy learning and experience the joy of learning, but at the same time, it's your kids. So it's a little bit different than running a classroom with 20 plus something kids in it. And some days it's honestly, I've thought, oh my gosh, it was easier being in the classroom with 20 plus kids, almost 30 sometimes, than to be home with one or two of your own kids that you're trying to teach. And you're learning new subjects, learning new, or at least new levels of that subject, right? So I taught 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and my son will be in 1st grade in the fall. So teaching stuff to the younger grades, motor skills, all that. That is and has been new to me. And so this is the first time I've taught someone to read, which is really cool to me to get to be part of that. But at the same time, there's a learning curve, even if you've been a classroom teacher for years and years and years. So right now, what I feel like we're kind of at a fork in the road, trying to figure out or decide, what's the best path? Should we go classical? Should we go Charlotte Mason? I've seen things about unschooling or deschooling, and honestly, I don't even know all the words to describe all those things. I feel like I know more about classical than any of that stuff. And one of those, deschooling or unschooling, is just letting the kids kind of decompress from being in school. But my point is just that sometimes, even if you are a teacher or a former teacher, it can be hard to figure it out, but because there's so much out there, we have so many choices now. But if we're trusting God, He'll lead us and He'll guide us to the place that we need to be for our kids and to give them what they need. So that's my encouragement to you today, that as I'm sorting through research on classical / Charlotte Mason, whatever that looks like, and comparing it to, well, what have I seen and done in public school? What's best for my kid? That God will lead and guide me, so I know that He will lead and guide you too. So I hope you have a great day and are enjoying a nice summer break, or if you're summer homeschooling, enjoying that too. And if you have any thoughts or questions that you might want me to talk about, just go ahead and drop them in the comments below. Thanks for viewing.